So today I'm going to be sharing with you some bow dies from scrapdivadesigns.com. I have 4 in my stash, so I was putting some of these together for some outgoing mail, and I thought I would share with you how to do so. So first up is this rainbow bow die set. This is from her June release, and it is currently in stock, and it comes with all of these pieces. You guys, there's a lot of pieces here. So this is one of the bows. It comes with 2 different size bows. So this is the smaller one, and this measures about 2.5 inches wide, the bow tail does. And then once you create the bow, it's about 1.5 inches. This one's really puffy, so of course it's not spread out as much as it can be, but yeah, it's about 1.5 inches. It could probably go to 2 inches. So that's the smaller one. And then you have this larger one right here, and this bow tail measures about 3 inches wide, and the bow is about 2 inches wide. And of course it can probably spread out more, but as you can see here, because of all the layers, it stayed pretty puffy and, you know, didn't spread out completely. I could flatten it, but I like the puffy look, so I just left it like that. But when I was putting this together, I realized that it comes with a lot of pieces, you guys. So these are all of the layering pieces that it comes with. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layering pieces that this bow comes with. So these pieces you would layer on top of this, and then this right here is going to be layered on top of your bow tail, if that makes sense. So let's put one together just so I can show you what I am talking about. I cut out all of the pieces, and I have 2 ways of putting them together. So this first one right here, the die cuts are kind of nested inside of each other, and so when you put it together, they're flat. They're just nestled, kind of like a nesting die set. They just fit inside of each other, and so they're flat. And this is actually the style of bow that I prefer for this die. I think it looks really nice and clean and just really put together. This is what the bow tail looks like. You can also do the same with that. If you can see here, I'm not sure if it's showing up, but when you run your base die through your die cutting machine, it does emboss the different layers on your bow, on the base of your bow, so you're able to easily put the pieces together. So this one was the first one that I made, and if you can see here, it's layered. I have layers upon layers for this one right here. It doesn't fit nicely, you know, they're actually layer upon layers. So I want to show you what I mean. So if you're going to do the nested die, which is, as I said, the style I prefer, I think it just looks so much nicer, and I think that's how it's intended to be used, then you would need to cut out all these pieces, and they cut out just like this, and then the next one, you know, would cut out, and you would fit that inside of that one, and so on and so forth until you get to the center. And in the center, you know, you have this piece right here. Let me show you. And that would go right in there, and then you would have this piece that is the final piece, and that goes inside of this hole right there. And then you have your base piece, which is just like this, and you put all of these on that, right? You would glue all of these on that. So that's the style I prefer, to just, you know, have the different pieces, nested pieces that fall into place. But when I first did mine, I made the mistake of taking all of these apart. I would recommend that you keep them together how they come and not take them all apart like this. So I think for me it was a little more work to cut out all these pieces separately. I wish I would have just kept them all together, and, you know, it would be easier to put together. Well, this was the very first one that I put together, and this is how I cut it. So I cut the base piece, and it has, you know, it embossed those little cuts into the paper so that you can see where each layer of bow goes. Next, you know, you have a solid piece. So when I put that solid piece on, I realized that I could no longer see those embossed lines, and I was like, okay, I did something wrong. So it worked out. You can certainly do it that style, this style, where you just layer all the pieces on top of each other. So I had that bottom piece, this piece, and then 3 more pieces. And so you can just, you know, layer all of these pieces on top of each other, just like that, to create your bow, right? And then when you bend it, that's what it's going to look like. So, you know, you have these, and as you can see, I didn't add enough glue to the little edges, to the little corners, so they're popping up a little bit, and it's still very cute. And of course, you know, you can do it this way also, just layer the pieces on top of each other, but I really did prefer this style, you know, where you just fit them all into each other. Instead of cutting, you know, a solid piece, you would cut out just the edges and nest them inside of each other. So I hope all of that makes sense. It's just like having a nesting die, but in a bow. So again, they are really, really cute. These are the two sizes. This larger one, I'm not sure if I told you, was 2 inches, and then this smaller one is about 1.5 inches. So they are really, really cute. And then next up we have this one right here. This one is the Swirl Bow die set, and it's also a layered bow. It is really, really cute. As you can see here, it has these little swirls, which is why it got its name. So this is the base. Then you have this piece right here that has a stitching detail, and this you would layer on top of your base. And the same thing goes for the tail. You get the swirl piece, which is the base, and then the stitched piece, which is the layering piece. Then of course you get the bow centers, and then this comes in large and small. So this one is really, really cute, you guys. This is what just the swirl base cuts out like. This is the large one. It's about, I guess if you spread it out, it's about 2.5 inches wide. The actual bow tail is about 3.5 inches wide, and it is about 2 inches in width at its widest point, and then 1/2 inch at the center. And this one is really, really cute. So this is without the layering pieces. Let me show you what the layered bow looks like. This is what it looks like when you layer it. So I've got this black and white paper at the back, this blue paper on the front, and you know, you can layer the bow tail also, and I just think it's so cute. So let's put one together. Oh, let me give you the measurements for this one. This one's the smaller one. So this is about 2 inches wide, and then the tail is about 2.5 inches wide when it's put together. And I do have some pieces here for this one to put this one together. Let me take those out and I'll put those together with you. I think that's all of them. So this is the swirl base piece. This is the stitched layer piece, and so this would go right on here. And this is the bow tail, and this is the layering piece, and that would go right on there. Let me get my liquid glue so I can put these together. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of glue to this. And that's what that's going to look like. Super cute, right? I really like this one a lot. I've already used it twice. I used it on this little Father's Day example right here, and then on my little bucket that I just showed you. It's a really great size, and it's just really cute. So that goes on there. I'm just going to apply some pressure to these. Kind of break those fibers in the paper up a little bit by running my score tool on them. And always make sure when you're layering that you add glue all the way to the end of the paper, because it'll stick up once you adhere it. So I'm going to add some glue to this, line it up just like that. Oops, add some glue to this. Also lining it up. Then I'm going to add my bow center, and I'm not going to layer this. I'm just going to add a center to keep it simple. You can layer these also. And this one's like really simple to put together. I think the rainbow bow is the one that is the most time consuming, but also, you know, simple. They're not very difficult to put together, but I really love this bow. I like the way it looks. And I like that because it's layered, it keeps its shape. When you puff it up a little bit, it'll stay, it'll keep that, you know, puffy round shape. So that is what this one looks like. And again, this is the larger one. This doesn't have any layers, it's just the base. And then this is the smaller one, and it's about 1.5 inches. You know, if you spread it out, it's probably the 2 inches. And then this one is about 2.5 inches. So that is the Swirl Bow die set. And now we will move on to the next one. This one is the double loop bow set. You get a large, a medium, and a small. The large one is approximately 4 inches once you assemble it. The medium one is about 3 inches, and then the small one is about 2 1/4. And of course that's from the bow tail, because if you measure just the bow, it's about 1.5 inches, but if you measure it, the bow tail, it's about 2 1/4. So that being said, this one does look a little different than most bows, and it gives you just the sweetest bow. Look at this right here. This one I did stitching on, and I think it just looks so cute. And they are, again, very, very puffy, which I love. They tend to keep its shape, and so it just looks like a really poofy bow, and I think it's really, really cute. So this is the large one. Again, you just curl up on those edges. I'm going to use hot glue for this one, and I just add some glue to the back of these and press them down with my nails just like that, and it's a mess. Of course, take your time doing this. Don't be as messy as me. So I'm just going to bring this over, bring this one over, and glue those down, and then we'll do the same with these. Just add some glue. I already have some glue strings everywhere, all over my nails and all over the table. And then we'll do the same with this, just like that. This is gonna go right here. So what I try to do with these is keep them the same way I did the first one. So if I layer this one on the bottom, then I want to do the same to the opposite side. This one will be on the bottom, this one's on the top, that one's on the top, and so forth. Then I'll get the center, and this is the center, and I will sandwich that on here, glue that, add some glue to this, and there is our bow. I would want this a little more poofy. Let me see if I can get all these glue strings off, and then, you know, you can try to puff this out a little bit. And that is our bow, and I think she is adorable. Look at how cute these are. Those are the 3 style, or the 3 sizes. And finally, we have the layered bow set. So again, these are the mini layered bows, and you get 3 different sizes with these, and they are so, so cute. So you get this large, medium, small. These pieces right here, you can see that they are, there isn't any space in the center, so that's how you know which is the base and which is the layering piece. The base is got a little opening in the center, and then this one goes right on top of it. What I like about these is that they don't have any stitching detail that's embossed into the paper, so that you can easily do stitching on them. I didn't do stitching on any of these right here, but you know, you are able to do stitching, and look at how adorable these are. I used some of that Hobby Lobby gold thread that has like sequin on it, and oops. So these are super adorable. I have previous posts on how to layer these. So in this one, I'm just going to show you my very favorite, which is the smaller one. I like the small base piece. That is the one I tend to gravitate to because it's just perfect for embellishments, and it just looks really cute. So this is the large piece right here, and then if you would cut the layering piece, this would go right on there, and so that's what that would look like, right? So I guess I did cut one out just so you could see what it would look like, and then this is what the bow tail would look like, just like that. Super cute. But I like this smaller bow, and I like not to layer it. So again, you just curl up on those ends to break up the fibers of the paper, and it just makes it easier to glue together. I would glue it just like that right in the center, and then we'll do this other side. And have those meet up. Again, I would get my bow center. And even though I'm going to put gold thread on this, I like to put the center on because it makes it makes your thread look like you've used a lot even though you haven't. And I'll show you what I mean. You can use less thread in the center if you add on this piece of paper. So I'm going to add that here. It's so hard to do this with my nails because this one's really teeny tiny. So I need tweezers for this. Okay, so I've added that on there, and then I'm just going to glue it to my base. And look how cute that is, you guys. That one right there. And it is about an inch, you guys. Super, super adorable. So then you would get your thread and, you know, start wrapping that around. And because I've added that paper in the center, I don't have to add too much thread. I'll create my tie at the back. I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible because I feel like this video is way longer than it should be. But I just wanted to give you a step-by-step on how to put some of these together because I know that, you know, they're not your typical bows. And so even I was like, wait, how do you do this? So let me just cut this off. And then I would get my little, I think this one's what I'm going to use, just to poof it up a little bit. And there is my bow. I really think these are so cute. Look at these. Look at how adorable these are. And they are perfect for adding onto your embellishments. So that is my little bow tutorial for you. I hope that this inspired you to get crafty today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.